about losing weight. It just never goes out of fashion, does it? But as many people know, it can be a very difficult process, but it can be made easier with some simple steps and ideas to keep in mind. The idea of not eliminating and your attitude toward food can help you lose weight. Joining me to talk more about this is Pat Baird, a registered dietitian, here today to talk about eating right, what fads to avoid. But you really got my attention there when you said right up top, stop demonizing food. Try to quit quitting. What do you mean there?
Well, you know what? Whenever we demonize food, it sets up almost a craving for it. So if we eliminate whether it's sugar or potatoes or pasta, anytime we take a food or an ingredient and we eliminate it, somewhere down the line, we're going to want more of it. And then what happens is a lot of people overindulge or they binge on just exactly what they're trying to avoid, when moderation is really the key to all of this.
And you end up with, I believe it's called yo-yo dieting, where there's weight
Absolutely.
loss, and then the weight comes right back, and then with even more weight coming back
Yes,
on.
you do. And you know what? Clearly there are clinical situations, and we're going to talk about this immediately, where people do need to avoid something like gluten, which is a protein. Here's the question, is we see all of these gluten-free foods and everybody is saying, I don't eat gluten, I can only have gluten-free.
Yeah, and the shelves in the grocery store seem to grow every time I go there. And then all of a sudden a research report comes out a few weeks ago saying, no big deal, don't worry about it.
That's
what are you supposed to
exactly right.
think?
Well, let's talk about a few of the facts.
Okay.
Only about 1% of the population actually has a gluten intolerance, which is called celiac disease. Okay, gluten is a protein that's found in wheat, rye, and barley, and it can damage the intestine. But as we say, only about 1%. The original researcher, Peter Gibson, has now said it may not be gluten, it may be other indigestibles.
So how should the 99% then respond to this or react to this?
They should, first of all, see a physician to find out this is a diagnostic condition. There are tests that you can do. When you are really gluten intolerant, the good news is that you can enjoy a wide variety of foods, beans, eggs, lean protein, dairy products, fruits, vegetables. So you want to work around it. You may want to see a registered dietitian for meal planning.
Now, I want to talk about sugar. Because you got to hear, this is the bad thing here, but you can't see all sugar as the bad thing.
That's
so
exactly
how do you make that divide?
Nor can you see soft drinks or diet beverages as bad. It was interesting because just about 2 weeks ago, the University of Denver came out with a study that showed that when people were engaged in a behavioral weight management program, those who drank diet soda actually lost more weight than those who didn't. So whether we're talking about a diet beverage or whether we're talking about sugar, again, it's a question of moderation. So you might want to think about, I love these. These are the good original Coke contour
tiny
bottles.
Little Coke bottles.
Okay.
Not 32 ounces or...
Correct. This is 100 calories.
Yeah.
People can consider a diet soda for the reasons that I talked about before. Something like fruit water is a 0-calorie, sparkling fruit-flavored beverage. If chips are really your thing, or snack foods, okay, it's smaller packages. That's what we're really talking about. Don't open this great big bag of chips and sit in front of the TV.
So don't swear, don't make promises you can't keep to yourself. Don't swear off everything.
That's
Moderate.
right.
And I wanted to, before you can really, it's going to be our last point that we're going to add to the screen right here, but it's sort of the first thing you have to do is find out what you are putting in your one and only body.
That's exactly right.
Diary.
Whether you're talking about gluten-free is, in my opinion, the food diary, whether you keep it on a smartphone, and there's lots of great apps, or good pencil and paper, is write down every single thing you eat and drink for about 3 days. Observe a pattern, and then see, are you eating more fruits than vegetables? Are you not consuming enough protein? Find out what the pattern is and then see a doctor.
Yeah, get it in front of you in black and white, and then
That's
you've
right.
got something to work with. It. I don't know, I guess the bottom line to all this is that if you want to take care of this, you sort of got to bring it up here
It's
first.
a definite mind-body connection,
Okay.
and that's a great underestimated or overlooked component of overall health as well as for weight, Jim.
She teaches
And
this
so-
stuff at UConn, people. She knows what she's talking about. She's a pro.